psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community.
So this is a call to the corporate press. I've spoken to you. Where you been? Why not amplify our message? 1.7 million people at risk. A spike of deaths of despair nearly guaranteed due to a failure of the government that we give our life force to year over year, and they will continue to extract our industriousness while demonizing half the country, calling us patriots and neo-Nazis and natalists in the same sentence.
The demoralization process in the United States is basically completed already. For the last 25 years. Actually, it's overfulfilled because demoralization now reaches such areas where previously not even Comrade Andropov and all his experts would even dream of such a tremendous success. Most of it is done by Americans to Americans, thanks to lack of moral standard.
When will our government begin to recognize that they don't call the shots? It's we, the people, who call the shots. We are the beacon of light unto the world. That freedom of speech, speaking the truth to tyranny, speaking the truth to power, is your God-given right.
This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to bring the country to crisis, to promise people all kind of goodies and the paradise on earth, to destabilize your economy, to eliminate the principle of free market competition.
4th of July, baby. Why do we celebrate the 4th of July? We celebrate it to be reminded that a few virtuous men could get together and stand up against a grave injustice, against a tyrannical government. And now we're reminded by the symbol of our flag and the sound of those fireworks that it only takes a few good, moral men and women of virtue willing to speak truth, no matter the cost, in order to change the world. But today, we don't have a few. We have 1.7 million people. 2 orders removed, that's the world. That's the world that can stand up and say, hey, enough. We see what's happening with global finance. We understand the games.
If people will fail to grasp the impending danger of that development, nothing ever can help the United States. You may kiss goodbye to your freedom.
We have a petition up at change.org. Hashtag Global Celsius Initiative. Let's avert this 1.7 million people from losing their chance at the American dream. We need to preserve it. And we want you. We want you, the non-radical. We want you, the voice of reason. We want you to decide what happens with those funds that we collect. Because I trust you to do what is right. Because you continue to, no matter how much they ish on you.
Wealthy businessmen, I think they are selling the rope on which they will hang very soon. If they don't stop, if they cannot curb their unsettled desire for profit. It's simplistic. I know it sounds unpleasant. I know Americans don't like to listen to things which are unpleasant. But I have defected not to tell you the stories about such idiocy as microfilm, James Bond type espionage. This is garbage. You don't need any espionage anymore. I have come to talk about survival. It's a question of survival of this system. You may ask me, what is it in for me? Survival, obviously. Because unlike, as I said, I am now in your boat. If we sing together, we'll sing beautifully together. There is no other place on this planet to defect to.
Mike Benzikin, Citizen Warrior, do not forget this moment, because we won't. This is the moment that marks the second time that we break free from tyranny.
This is it. This is the last country of freedom and possibility.
We know you have families. We know that you value your life. Let us be true, speak truthfully, that all motivation has a plurality of intent behind it. Yes, at the center, you have to preserve yourself. In doing so, you can preserve and build a family, build, improve a community. If you can help stabilize and enrich and educate a nation state, or if you can ensure that your life force can succeed you and bring people out of meaningless suffering around the world, across generations, that is what drives us. It all starts with the self-earned sovereignty. I'm wishing you all the strength to speak truth, even in the darkest times. This is Mike Ben from Citizen Warrior, representing hashtag Global Celsius Initiative, and I'm out. One love. Happy 4th of July.